Welcome back, Truth Seekers. If you've joined us for parts 1 and 2, you've already ventured deep into the incredible mysteries revealed in the Book of Enoch. We've uncovered divine visions, cosmic secrets, and celestial revelations, but hold tight. What we're about to dive into is unlike anything you've heard before. In this third part, we're about to take a major leap forward. Chapters 73 to 82 are some of the most fascinating in the entire book, and you're going to want to hear every single word. So here's the plan. First, we're going to listen to the full reading of these chapters. Why? Because the power is in the details. Trust me, once you hear what's revealed, you'll understand why this is more than just ancient scripture. It's a glimpse into the very fabric of the universe. But here's the kicker. Once we've gone through the readings, we're going to break everything down. We'll uncover the hidden meanings, the divine connections, and how these chapters tie into everything we know, and everything we still don't know about the cosmos. From the sun, moon, and stars, to the role of angelic beings in maintaining the balance of time and space, we'll reveal how these ancient insights connect to modern science in ways that will truly surprise you. Ready to be amazed? Let's first listen to the celestial truths laid out in chapters 73 to 82, and then we'll unravel them together. Trust me, this is one journey you won't want to miss. Chapter 72. The Book of the Courses of the Luminaries of the Heaven, the relations of each, according to their classes, their dominion and their seasons, according to their names and places of origin, and according to their months, which Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, who is their guide, showed me. He showed me all their laws exactly as they are, and how it is with regard to all the years of the world and unto eternity, till the new creation is accomplished which endures until eternity. This is the first law of the luminaries. The luminary the sun has its rising in the eastern portals of the heaven, and its setting in the western portals of the heaven. I saw 6 portals in which the sun rises, and 6 portals in which the sun sets, and the moon rises and sets in these portals, and the leaders of the stars also, and those whom they lead. There are 6 great portals on the west of the sun, and 6 on the east. All these portals are arranged one above another in due order. There are many windows to the right and left of these portals. First there goes forth the great luminary, named the sun, and his circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and he is quite filled with illuminating and heating fire. The chariot on which he ascends, the wind drives, and the sun goes down from the heaven and returns through the north in order to reach the east, and is so guided that he comes to the appropriate portal and shines in the face of the heaven. In this way he rises in the first month in the great portal, which is the 4th, those 6 portals in the east. And in that 4th portal from which the sun rises in the first month are 12 windows open from which a flame issues when they are opened at their appointed seasons. When the sun rises in the heaven, he comes forth through that 4th portal for 30 mornings in succession and sets accurately in the 4th portal in the west of the heaven. During this period the day becomes daily longer and the night nightly shorter to the 30th morning. On that day the day is longer than the night by a 9th part, and the day amounts exactly to 10 parts, and the night to 8 parts. The sun rises from that 4th portal, and sets in the 4th, and returns to the 5th portal of the east 30 mornings, and rises from it, and sets in the 5th portal. Then the day becomes longer by 2 parts, and the day amounts to 11 parts, and the night to 7 parts. And the sun returns to the east and enters into the 6th portal, and rises and sets in the 6th portal 31 mornings on account of its sign. On that day the day becomes longer than the night, and the day becomes double the night, and the day becomes 12 parts, and the night is shortened and becomes 6 parts. The sun mounts up to make the day shorter and the night longer, and the sun returns to the east and enters into the 6th portal, and rises from it 30 mornings and sets also in the 6th portal in the west of the heaven. On that day the day is diminished by 1 part, and becomes 11 parts, and the night 7. The sun goes forth from that 6th portal in the west, and goes to the east and rises in the 5th portal for 30 mornings, and sets in the west again in the 5th western portal. On that day the day is diminished by 2 parts, and the day amounts to 10 parts, and the night to 8 parts. The sun goes forth from that 5th portal, and sets in the 5th portal of the west, and rises in the 4th portal for 31 mornings on account of its sign, and sets in the west. On that day the day is equalized with the night, and becomes of equal length, and the night amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts. The sun rises from that portal and sets in the west, and returns to the east and rises 30 mornings in the 3rd portal, and sets in the west in the 3rd portal. On that day the night becomes longer than the day, and night becomes longer than night, and day shorter than day till the 30th morning, and the night amounts exactly to 10 parts, and the day to 8 parts. The sun rises from that third portal, and sets in the third portal in the west, and returns to the east, and for 30 mornings rises in the second portal in the east, and in like manner sets in the second portal in the west of the heaven. On that day the night amounts to 11 parts, and the day to 7 parts. The sun rises on that day from the second portal, and sets in the second portal in the west, and returns to the east into the first portal for 31 mornings, and sets in the first portal in the west of the heaven. On that day the night becomes longer and amounts to the double of the day, and the night amounts exactly to 12 parts, and the day to 6. The sun has thus completed its appearances and the cycle of its course, and in the 30th portal he returns, and enters into that fourth portal for 30 mornings, and sets in it also in the west opposite to it. On that day the day becomes equalized with the night, and is of equal length, and the night amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts. So the year becomes exactly 364 days. And the length of the day and of the night, and the shortness of the day and of the night arise. Through the course of the sun these distinctions are made. So it comes that its course becomes daily longer, and its course nightly shorter. This is the law and the course of the sun, and his return as often as he returns, 60 times and rises. That is the great eternal luminary which the Lord created for the day that it might be of benefit, with the moon and the stars and all the ministering creatures which make their revolution in all the chariots of the heaven. Chapter 73. After this law I saw another law dealing with the smaller luminary, which is named the moon. Her circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and her chariot in which she rides is driven by the wind, and light is given to her in definite measure. Her rising and setting change every month, and her days are like the days of the sun, and when her light is uniform, i.e. full, it amounts to the 7th part of the light of the sun. Thus she rises, and her first phase in the east comes forth on the 30th morning. On that day she becomes visible and constitutes for you the first phase of the moon on the 30th day together with the sun in the portal where the sun rises. The 1/2 of her goes forth by a 7th part, and her whole circumference is empty, without light, with the exception of 1/7 part of it, and the 14th part of her light. When she receives 1/7 part of the half of her light amounts to 1/7 part, and the half thereof. She sets with the sun, and when the sun rises, the moon rises with him and receives the half of 1 part of light. And in that night, in the beginning of her morning, in the commencement of the lunar day, the moon sets with the sun, and is invisible that night with the 14 parts, and the half of 1 of them. She rises on that day with exactly a 7th part, and comes forth and recedes from the rising of the sun. And in her remaining days she becomes bright in the remaining 13 parts. Chapter 74. I saw another course, a law for her, and how according to that law she performs her monthly revolution. All these Uriel, the holy angel who is the leader of them all, showed to me, and their positions, and I wrote down their positions as he showed them to me, and I wrote down their months as they were, and the appearance of their lights till 15 days were accomplished. In single 7th parts she accomplishes all her light in the east, and in single 7th parts accomplishes all her darkness in the west. In certain months she alters her settings, and in certain months she pursues her own peculiar course. In 2 months the moon sets with the sun, in those 2 middle portals the 3rd and the 4th. She goes forth for 7 days and turns about, and returns again through the portal where the sun rises, and accomplishes all her light. And she recedes from the sun, and in 8 days enters the 6th portal from which the sun goes forth. When the sun goes forth from the 4th portal, she goes forth 7 days, until she goes forth from the 5th, and turns back again in 7 days into the 4th portal, and accomplishes all her light. She recedes and enters into the 1st portal in 8 days. She returns again in 7 days into the 4th portal, from which the sun goes forth. Thus I saw their position, how the moons rose and the sun set in those days. Chapter 75. The leaders of the heads of the thousands, who are placed over the whole creation and over all the stars, have also to do with the 4 intercalary days, being inseparable from their office, according to the reckoning of the year. These render service on the 4 days which are not reckoned in the reckoning of the year. Owing to them men go wrong therein, for those luminaries truly render service on the world stations, 1 in the 1st portal, 1 in the 3rd portal of the heaven, 1 in the 4th portal, and 1 in the 6th portal. The exactness of the year is accomplished through its separate 364 stations. For the signs and the times and the years and the days the angel Uriel showed to me, whom the Lord of glory hath set for ever over all the luminaries of the heaven, in the heaven and in the world, that they should rule on the face of the heaven and be seen on the earth, and be leaders for the day and the night, i.e., the sun, moon, and stars, and all the ministering creatures which make their revolution in all the chariots of the heaven. Chapter 76. At the ends of the earth I saw 12 portals open to all the quarters of the heaven, from which the winds go forth and blow over the earth. 3 of them are open on the face, i.e., the east, of the heavens, and 3 in the west, and 3 on the right of the heaven, and 3 on the left. The 3 first are those of the east, and 3 are of the north, and 3 after those on the left of the south, and 3 of the west. Through 4 of these come winds of blessing and prosperity, and from those 8 come hurtful winds. When they are sent, they bring destruction on all the earth and on the water upon it, and on all who dwell thereon, and on everything which is in the water and on the land. The first wind from those portals, called the east wind, comes forth through the first portal which is in the east, inclining towards the south. From it come forth desolation, drought, heat, and destruction. From the second portal in the middle comes what is fitting, and from it there come rain and fruitfulness and prosperity and dew. And from the third portal which lies toward the north come cold and drought. After these come forth the south winds through 3 portals. Through the first portal of them inclining to the east comes forth a hot wind. And through the middle portal next to it there come forth fragrant smells, and dew and rain, and prosperity and health. And through the third portal lying to the west come forth dew and rain, locusts and desolation. After these the north winds. From the 7th portal in the east come dew and rain, locusts and desolation. And from the middle portal come in a direct direction health and rain, and dew and prosperity. And through the third portal in the west come cloud and hoarfrost, and snow and rain, and dew and locusts. After these 4 are the west winds. Through the first portal adjoining the north come forth dew and hoarfrost, and cold and snow and frost. And from the middle portal come forth dew and rain, and prosperity and blessing. And through the last portal which adjoins the south come forth drought and desolation, and burning and destruction. Thus the 12 portals of the 4 quarters of the heaven are complete, and all their laws and all their plagues and all their benefactions have I shown to thee, my son Methuselah. Chapter 77. The first quarter is called the east, because it is the first, and the second the south, because the Most High will descend there. Yeah, there in quite a special sense will he who is blessed forever descend. The west quarter is named the diminished, because there all the luminaries of the heaven wane and go down. The 4th quarter, named the north, is divided into 3 parts. The first of them is for the dwelling of men. The second contains seas of water, the abysses, forests, rivers, darkness, and clouds, and the third part contains the garden of righteousness. I saw 7 high mountains, higher than all the mountains on the earth, and from them proceeds snow, and days and times and years pass away. I saw 7 rivers on the earth larger than all the rivers. One of them coming from the west pours its waters into the great sea. 2 come from the north to the sea, and pour their waters into the Erythraean Sea in the east. The remaining 4 flow into the great sea. I saw 7 great islands in the sea and on the land, 2 in the land and 5 in the great sea. Chapter 78. The names of the sun are the following: the first Orgeres and the second Tomas. The moon has 4 names. The first name is Asanja, the second Ebla, the third Benace, and the 4th Eri. These are the 2 great luminaries. Their circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and the size of the circumference of both is alike. In the size of the sun and the moon, the difference is a 7th part, and the light of the sun is 7-fold greater than that of the moon. The sun makes a revolution in the east and returns to the west to the 6th portal, and shines in the 4th portal for 30 days. Then it sets in the west and returns to the east and rises in the 3rd portal for 30 days, and sets in the west in the 3rd portal. Then it returns to the east and rises in the 2nd portal for 30 days, and sets in the west in the 2nd portal. Then it returns to the east and rises in the 1st portal for 30 days, and sets in the west in the 1st portal. Then it returns to the east and rises in the 6th portal for 30 days, and sets in the west in the 6th portal. The moon has a course, and it sets with the sun and rises with the sun. Chapter 79. In those days Uriel answered and said to me, Behold, I have shown thee all things, O Enoch, and all things have I revealed to thee. Thou sayest the sun, the moon, and those which conduct the stars of heaven, which cause all their operations, seasons, and arrivals to return. In the days of sinners, the years shall be shortened, and their seed shall be tardy on their lands and fields, and all things on the earth shall alter, and shall not appear in their time. The rain shall be kept back, and the heavens shall withhold it. In those times the fruits of the earth shall be backward, and shall not grow in their time, and the fruits of the trees shall be withheld in their time. The moon shall alter her order, and not appear at her time. In those days the sun shall be seen, and he shall journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot in the west, and shall shine more brightly than accords with the order of light. Many chiefs of the stars shall transgress the order prescribed, and these shall alter their orbits and tasks, and not appear at the seasons prescribed to them. All the orders of the stars shall harden against the sinners, and the thoughts of those who dwell on the earth shall err concerning them. Book-of-Enoch.com. Chapter 80. In those days the angel Uriel answered and said to me, Behold, I have shown thee everything, Enoch, and I have revealed everything to thee that thou shouldst see this sun and this moon, and the leaders of the stars of the heaven, and all those who turn them, their tasks and times and departures. In the days of the sinners, the years shall be shortened, and their seed shall be tardy on their lands and fields, and all things on the earth shall alter, and shall not appear in their time. The rain shall be kept back, and the heavens shall withhold it. In those times the fruits of the earth shall be backward, and shall not grow in their time, and the fruits of the trees shall be withheld in their time. The moon shall alter her order, and not appear at her time. In those days the sun shall be seen, and he shall journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot in the west, and shall shine more brightly than accords with the order of light. Many chiefs of the stars shall transgress the order prescribed, and these shall alter their orbits and tasks, and not appear at the seasons prescribed to them. All the orders of the stars shall harden against the sinners, and the thoughts of those who dwell on the earth shall err concerning them. Chapter 81. He said unto me, Observe, Enoch, these heavenly tablets, and read what is written thereon, and mark every individual fact. I observed the heavenly tablets, and read everything which was written thereon, and understood everything, and read the book of all the deeds of mankind, and of all the children of flesh that shall be upon the earth to the remotest generations. Forthwith I blessed the great Lord the King of glory forever, in that he has made all the works of the world, and I extolled the Lord because of his patience, and blessed him because of the children of men. After that I said, Blessed is the man who dies in righteousness and goodness, concerning whom there is no book of unrighteousness written, and against whom no day of judgment shall be found. Those 7 holy ones brought me and placed me on the earth before the door of my house, and said to me, Declare everything to thy son Methuselah, and show to all thy children that no flesh is righteous in the sight of the Lord, for he is their Creator. 1 year we will leave thee with thy son, till thou givest thy last commands, that thou mayest teach thy children and record it for them. Now, my son Methuselah, I have recounted to you everything, revealing all that has been given to me, and I have written down these truths for you. Keep these books safe, my son, and pass them down through the generations to come. They contain wisdom, not just for you, but for your children and for all those who come after you. This wisdom, profound and beyond human understanding, is meant to be shared through the ages. Those who understand it will not sleep in ignorance, but will listen intently, for the knowledge within will be more satisfying than even the finest food. It will enlighten the soul, filling it with understanding far greater than mere worldly pleasures. Blessed are the righteous, those who walk in the way of righteousness and sin not. They are the ones who, in the reckoning of all their days, understand the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. These heavenly bodies, which traverse the heavens and enter their appointed portals for 30 days, mark the passage of time in ways that are both precise and divinely ordained. Yet, men will often fail to recognize their true significance. The celestial movements, aligned with the 4 intercalary days, divide the year into distinct portions, but many will fail to comprehend them fully. These movements of the heavenly bodies are not random. They are recorded forever, their purpose revealed by Uriel, the archangel, who has been entrusted with understanding the creation of the world. He governs the day and night, ensuring that the sun, moon, and stars shine their light upon the earth, each in its appointed time and season. The stars themselves are organized into orders, with specific leaders assigned to each. These leaders ensure that the stars follow their precise courses, and that their influence is felt across the months, festivals, and years. For primary leaders divide the year into 4 parts, with 12 leaders overseeing the months and 360 heads who govern the days. These celestial rulers bring order and structure to the cosmos, ensuring that the divine plan is carried out perfectly. Among them are the names of the leaders who oversee these celestial divisions: Milkiel, Helemelech, Melejal, and Neril. These leaders, along with their assistants, ensure that each star enters its place at the appointed time, marking the rhythms of time and space that affect all of creation. The names of these rulers, as well as their subordinates, Admiral, Ijasusiel, and Elomel, serve to remind us that the universe is a finely tuned system of divine governance. At the beginning of each year, Melkajal rises first, heralding a new season of dominion. His reign lasts 91 days, marked by signs on earth: sweat and heat, calm winds, and the blossoming of fruit trees. The harvest season begins, and the beauty of nature comes to life, while the trees of winter shed their leaves and enter a period of dormancy. These celestial cycles, each meticulously governed, remind us of the hidden order that lies behind the visible world and the divine wisdom that orchestrates it all. As we reflect on these sacred writings, we come to understand that we are part of a much larger, divinely structured cosmos, where every star, every moon, and every day is part of a sacred dance that connects us to the eternal. Now that we've journeyed through the powerful revelations in chapters 73 to 82, it's time to peel back the layers and truly break down what we've just encountered. But what you're about to hear isn't just an ordinary analysis. This is where the profound truths of the universe are unveiled, and I'm going to guide you through each of them step by step. The secrets we're uncovering today are not just ancient wisdom. They are truths that could reshape everything you think you know about our world, the cosmos, and our place within it. Let's begin with the foundation of these chapters, the celestial bodies. The sun, moon, and stars, according to Enoch, are not just random entities in the sky. They are governed by divine intelligence, each of them moving in their ordained paths, reflecting a deeper cosmic order that has existed since the dawn of time. But here's the crucial part. Enoch doesn't just talk about their movements in a literal sense. He describes how the sun is not simply a source of light, but a divine force that fuels life on Earth. He speaks of the sun's journey through the sky, its cycles of waxing and waning, and how every movement is part of a larger divine plan. These aren't just ancient observations. These are deep spiritual insights that suggest the sun's path through the sky could hold answers about the very structure of the universe itself. And then there's the moon. It's not just a passive reflector of sunlight, as we've been taught in science. Enoch reveals the moon has its own purpose, its own cycles, and a divine rhythm that mirrors the ebb and flow of time itself. Have you ever wondered why the moon affects the tides, or why its phases feel so tied to the rhythms of nature and even human behavior? Enoch suggests that the moon is an active participant in a divine calendar, a cosmic clock whose influence stretches far beyond what we see with our eyes. Now, let's pause and reflect on what this means for us today. Modern science, especially the fields of astronomy and astrophysics, have given us a sophisticated understanding of celestial mechanics. We know about the movement of planets, their orbits, the timing of eclipses. But what Enoch's writings hint at is something beyond the mechanics. He hints at an order, a divine geometry that governs not just the movement of planets, but the very essence of time itself. Could this ancient wisdom actually be pointing toward a higher truth, something that modern science has yet to fully comprehend? Think about this for a moment. The ancient teachings of Enoch are speaking of a cosmic order that aligns with what modern science is beginning to discover about the universe. The intricate dance of celestial bodies is not just a random sequence of events. It's a deliberate and purposeful design, a symphony orchestrated by divine intelligence. And in this cosmic symphony, we are not mere spectators, we are participants. The movements of the stars, the orbits of the planets, even the cycles of the moon, these are all interconnected with the rhythms of life on Earth. This ancient wisdom suggests that our lives are deeply woven into the fabric of the cosmos. But it doesn't stop there. One of the most powerful revelations in these chapters is the role of the angelic beings who are responsible for maintaining the balance of the universe. These angels are not just passive observers. They are active guardians of divine order. They regulate the movements of the sun, moon, and stars, ensuring that everything remains in perfect harmony. Here's where it gets really profound. Enoch describes how these angels have been entrusted with the power to shape time itself, defining seasons, regulating the passage of days and years, and even ensuring that the stars do not fall out of their appointed courses. Imagine that for a second. Angels holding the key to the very cycles that shape our reality. What does that imply about the divine order of things? Could it be that the angels are the keepers of a sacred cosmic balance, one that is not just spiritual, but directly connected to the laws of nature and the universe itself? The more we explore these ancient texts, the more we realize that they are not just myth or legend. They are a profound, timeless revelation of how the universe was designed, by forces far beyond human comprehension. These angelic beings, whose roles are deeply intertwined with the celestial bodies, could very well represent hidden forces in our world today. Forces that modern science, despite its advances, has yet to fully understand. These angels could be the unseen forces that maintain the balance of the natural world. Forces like gravity, electromagnetism, or even the mysterious dark matter and dark energy that scientists are only just beginning to grasp. What's truly astonishing is that, in many ways, the Book of Enoch anticipated the scientific discoveries of today. Think about how quantum mechanics describes the universe at its most fundamental level, where particles behave in ways that challenge our traditional understanding of time and space. Enoch's writings, long before we had the tools to measure these things, describe a universe that operates in intricate, interconnected cycles, where the smallest movement in the heavens can have a profound impact on life on Earth. It's as if Enoch's vision was ahead of its time, speaking to truths that science is still trying to unlock. But here's the true life-changing aspect of all this. These teachings are not just about the cosmos, they are about us. The divine order that governs the heavens also affects our daily lives, our environment, and even our consciousness. The cycles of the sun, moon, and stars aren't just distant events happening far above our heads. They're part of a universal rhythm that connects us all. Our very existence is tied to the same cosmic forces that regulate the stars. When we look up at the sky, we are not just observing distant lights. We are connected to them in ways that we've only begun to understand. Enoch's words challenge us to see the world not as a collection of isolated events, but as part of a living, breathing system, where everything is interconnected. We are not separate from the universe. We are woven into its very fabric. Every sunrise, every moonrise, every star that twinkles in the night sky is a reminder that we are part of a grand design that is far greater than ourselves. And this knowledge is not just for the curious. It is for those who seek to understand their place in the world and in the cosmos. So, what do we do with this knowledge? We can no longer view ourselves as passive bystanders. The Book of Enoch invites us to become active participants in the divine order of the universe. It calls us to align ourselves with the rhythms of nature, to understand the deeper spiritual forces at play, and to recognize that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. The cosmos is not just a backdrop to our lives. It is a sacred, living force that we are a part of. And once we truly understand this, our perspective on life, our connection to the earth, and our understanding of the universe will be forever transformed. This is the essence of Enoch's vision, a vision that speaks to the profound connection between the celestial, the divine, and the earthly. It is a reminder that the secrets of the universe are not hidden from us. They are embedded in the very fabric of existence. The more we look, the more we uncover. And this is just the beginning. Are you ready to explore more? Ready to discover how the ancient wisdom of Enoch continues to reveal deeper truths about our universe, our place in it, and our connection to the divine? Because what we've uncovered today is only the tip of the iceberg. The journey is far from over. The next chapters hold even more powerful revelations, and I promise you, you won't want to miss them.